We fight together,
no
but you're the
trust,
only one who splits, and I want that back. But you
if there's no trust, there's nothing to be
then
talking about.
then maybe there's nothing to talk about. But I did come over here with enough love in my heart and sincerity.
Thank you.
To say to you that all the things I said, which now I feel like, but I meant them. You know, I fucking meant them. Even though you fucking split, didn't come home. You know, I still did that. I've showed myself. I've proven myself. I've fought for you. I've showed up. And if you split and you go into a different room and you don't actually leave that house, it does nothing but perpetuate the fight. And you don't actually do it respectfully. You don't do it in a way that actually means we won't fight. It always makes more fights. It always makes them longer. It never, ever makes you calmer. You never come out going, I want to talk, or I'm okay, or it's going to be okay. And I am 100 I'm sick and tired 100% of being the only one that goes and fights for it. You know what that does? It demoralizes the half of this relationship that is me. It demeans me, demoralizes me.
Really?
Yes, really. Really, when you split on me, how do you feel when I leave you?
When I split, when I go into the other room, you're saying?
You leave you get another room, you get a flight, things like that. And you asked me not to in Australia, and ever since then,
how many?
I don't know, I have to count them up.
No, because I haven't left you in a house, maybe twice. Last night and another time.
No, you've done it before. I've come here before. I'm not doing that anymore.
Yeah, you've come here before. Last time and another time, and then last night.
You've done this several times, and getting me a room. I mean, getting another room at a hotel is just the same thing. I did not start screaming until you had fucking said all this shit. You poke an animal enough, it is eventually, doesn't matter how friendly it is or how cool.
That's not true. Well, it's the same for me. It's the same for me.
And you kicked and kicked and kicked so bad. I have not done this to you. I have not said these things to you. I have not started the fight by saying I'm going to get another room. Every single time you get dressed and you fucking split the top of a fight, you never fucking try and work it out. You never fight for me. You never come to me. You never self-calm. You never self-soothe. You're never the one to throw the olive branch. I'm sick and tired of it. It needs to fucking change. And you can go, I can't meet those demands. I can't do it. Or you can fucking promise me so I have a modicum of safety. I feel a modicum of respect. A little tiny shit sliver of fucking like, you are in this whether it is good or bad. Whether it is good or bad. Down and up. Lows and highs. Tough and easy. Not just when it's easy. I feel like you're a fucking vacation husband. You're so there when it's good. You're so there when it's easy. The second it gets hard, you question it. Last night, I'm just as guilty. I give you that. But I have been primed and conditioned. At this point, I thought I'd never get over Toronto. It hurt so bad. I got fucked over so bad, and I did not do anything like that. I didn't stoop that level at all.
You got the tapes. Let me hear them.
Absolutely. I wish it had caught everything, too.
Why don't you?
We haven't really been good. It hasn't really been a safe environment, now has it? You act like you're fucking on something when I haven't, sent you this. Like, well, send them to me. Get this. It hasn't been good. It's been a little tough.
Well, it wasn't before Rio.
Was it tough?
I mean, it was only in the sense that you tried to keep me,
It's been really tough.
And why did you come to Rio?
All I've been trying to do is be with you, spend time with you. You said you needed that. You said that it made a difference when I wasn't working. You wanted me to travel with you.
That was the time you were looking for apartments?
That was after Toronto.
Yeah, that's when we came back here.
I know where we were.
Toronto, Boston. Here.
Of course I want that with you. It's why I'm married to you. But I need the safety, I need the security, I need the boundaries, and I think you... Could you not agree? I get angry. I'm human. This is the kind of situation where one gets angry.
Okay, but you can't provoke anger in me then. I
can't control that. If I'm angry...
Just try. Let's both try.
The things that are wrong are repeating themselves, and they happen often. If you think I'm some fucking tyrant or bully, then don't fucking be with me. But don't sit here and insult me like I'm the fuck up because I have the
But you're the
audacity to
one
get
saying
mad.
that I'm the tyrant and the bully and at the same time the guy that runs away. That's my problem, but my problem is that you don't trust me.
No, I
What
don't
the
trust
fuck
you in
is
this.
going on in there, man?
I don't trust you in this, and I want the trust back.
You don't trust me in our marriage. Well, what is everything we're talking about? Our marriage.
Tell me if you want to stop talking.
You're saying you don't
then
trust
just
me
tell
personally, or you
tell
don't trust me in the marriage? What I don't understand, what's so different. Tell me the difference, please.
I think I have in the last few hours now.
No, I think you could probably explain it to me a little better. I'm slow.
You want to keep being an asshole?
Do I want to keep being an asshole?
Stop the attitude.
It's a redundant question.
Stop the attitude.
I should stop the attitude. Okay, sure, no problem.
Stop.
No problem.
You expect from people what you can't give them. If they do something, a taste of it to you, you fucking lose it. But yet you dish it out. I love you, and I've told you a million times in this conversation how much I love you. I do love you. And I've fought for this marriage and fought for you. And you don't do the same. Not ever. Okay. I got married to you for the foundation. So we start out. Not so that it could be a transient thing we throw around at each other or run away from. I'm telling you what I need for this. I want to feel the trust, and I can with you. I know I can. I have felt it with you. But it's been destroyed by constantly being reminded that you take me for granted or that you don't see this as a permanent thing, for better or for worse. I feel genuinely that you are here in this marriage and committed to this marriage for the better. And really not for the worse. You can't say the same about me. I fight even when I feel terrible. I show up. I pursue. I give you space. I've done everything to really show how committed I am. You know I am. I'm here for God's sake.
And I haven't.
No, not when it's tough. Not when it's hard. Not when it's worse. This is this is the grandest gesture you've shown me in a long time. Is by sitting in one place and actually facing some of the stuff we need to talk about. This is the biggest gesture you've given me in a very long time. It means a lot. You weren't like this. Mood swings up, down, like really aggressive and then really cool and calm. I mean, you've given me this time here on the couch, and it's amazing that we can actually talk. But I never feel that safe. I constantly feel like you're about to fucking split, and I don't want to feel like that. You made me feel meaningless.
But you're saying you thought you were sure I was going to split. But
always. I mean, that's just...
why would I split if I'm laying in the bed with you watching television?
Anytime I tell you that I'm unhappy with anything, and it's typically the same thing, anytime my voice and complaint, I'm not allowed to have a complaint. I'm not allowed to think anything wrong. I've told you this 1,000 times. 1,000 times I've said this to you, in calm and in fights. Baby, I don't feel like I'm allowed to just have a complaint, and you aren't allowing me the luxury of us just being normal human couples. Like, as soon as you get mad, you take off on a train. Remember, I even asked you, is it about Adderall? Are you doing too much? I know it makes one edgy. It makes one, like, temperamental. Could it be too much? Like, what is it? The alcohol doesn't seem like it unless it's like in Toronto where it just became that. But in general, it hasn't been a problem so much. So I don't know what changed. I mean, I'm sure it's something because it's not. It's
same,
chemical. It's strong.
No.
It's one day you were different.
It's the same.
And it hasn't been back. You don't calm down. You don't come back around. You don't honor when you say, I just want a few minutes or I want a little time, but I'll be back. You don't assuage the anxiety and the stress that gives me and makes things worse with me by saying, hey, we will. Remember, Keeper was like, you have to say, I will be back in this amount of time, more or less, and then actually honor it. You have to come back. So I said, oh my God, if he could do that, that would be great. And you never do it. You know, you don't ever honor that. You leave me with way more anxiety, stress, anger, and resentment. We had these few months where we actually could even feel things and fight, and it was an argument. But you don't ever it's like I don't know what's changed, but it's like you can't ever just make it short and get over it. You can't. It's like you get on something and you will not get off of it. Hence why I'm always going to you in fights for hours trying to get you to calm down. Please, can we talk? Please, because I don't want to go to bed that way. And you told me you didn't want to go to bed that way either. Yet you want to fucking do this all night long and make it an all night thing by disappearing for hours at a time. And then when I come to you, I'm the bad guy. I feel fucking alone. I feel like you're not fucking helping. You're not fucking doing anything in fights. You're not overcoming yourself. You're not overcoming yourself. It's every one of these fights could have been so short. Why aren't you doing some of the work? Why aren't you coming to me and saying, look, olive branch? Why aren't you saying, I'm sorry, bigger picture, let's look at the bigger picture? Why aren't you doing any of this stuff? Have you noticed that you're not?
Do you remember thanking me for doing that, actually, recently? Thank you for being the bigger person. Thank you for coming and apologizing to me.
When?
Thank
I'm
you.
sorry, when?
Was it? I don't know, honeymoon or Venice?
There's an example. I don't remember which one it is, but
I'm really sorry. I don't remember exactly.
No. I wasn't questioning you. I'm sure
I'm
it
just
happened.
saying
I just don't remember that one time. But I'm saying the majority of the times, and if you want to argue with that, then we'll never see eye to eye. I think you and I both know the truth. The majority of times, you cannot calm yourself, and it's me trying. Whether I'm hurt, whether I'm mad, whether you just told me you hate me in my eyes, I'm the one trying to get you to calm down, trying to get an olive branch, trying to not make it an all-night thing, trying to get over it, trying to see the bigger picture. Even if I'm hurt, I'm still trying to do that because I see the bigger picture. You lose the bigger picture every time. And if you want to stay married to me, you need to figure out if you think you can. If you're going to lose sight of the bigger picture and only be my husband when it's easy, you're only going to be there for the ups, never the downs. You're only going to be there for health, not sickness. Every time it gets hard, you lose the big picture and you can't think about anything else but breaking up, divorce, fighting, splitting, running away. If you can't be the one to come around sometimes and see the bigger picture and know that it's not worth fighting for days, if you can't do that too, we need to walk away. I don't want.
What you do is in the morning you say, I'm sorry.
On the fullest. No, I do it at night. I come, whether it's night or day, I've done both. I've come to you every single time. On the plane I came to you, on the Venice I came to you, in Toronto I came to you, in San Francisco I came back to you. I pull you into the bed or I hug you and I get us to calm down, and I'm glad I do because that's what makes it not be an all-night thing. And nothing harms our marriage more than sleeping in different beds because we're mad at each other or going to bed mad at each other. We made a promise. You didn't keep that promise, but we did make a promise to not do that. It was your choice not to live up to that promise, not mine. I tried to get you to come to bed when you were mad. I tried to get you to calm down so many times in Toronto. Toronto, in Venice, in San Francisco. I would come to the 7 different bathrooms if you were, and try throughout, whether I was mad or hurt or not, because I saw the bigger picture. I didn't think it was worth this. I'm always the one trying to end it. You never let go of things. You constantly do this.
I'm sorry you feel that way.
Just think about it.
No.
The majority of our fights.
No, absolutely. Okay, I'll admit that. Yeah, the majority of our fights, I hang on to it because it's fucking hard to let go of. Some of the shit that you go through in a fight can be painful, and it's hard to forget shit.
Yeah, no shit. But if you want to keep doing this and live a life where you constantly are using that as ammunition, which you could shoot yourself in the fucking head, that's fine. Okay. But at least admit you're doing that. If you want to hold on to everything and never get over it and never let go, then don't scratch your head and go, I wonder why I'm so aggressive when you point out anything I did wrong. I wonder why I have so much resentment for you. I wonder why we fight so much. Stop scratching your head and wonder and just admit that's because you never let a fucking thing go. You can't get over anything and that you won't and cannot calm yourself down when you're mad.
So it's all my fault.
No. It's not. It's not.
Yet you can sit here and find blame in everything that I do. But you never say a thing about yourself.
I think I've included myself.
You copped her last night.
I have included myself. It's not my fault. It's not my fault. I made so many mistakes. What I'm talking about, I'm not guilty of. I'm not. I do let things go. I move this relationship forward. I fight for us when it's on my mind. I do let things go. I see the bigger picture.
You said you said, I'm tired too, man. You said you see the bigger picture and you do let things go. Yet, after Toronto, you're looking for apartments.
That was a hard one. And I did not say it 100% of the time.
And the plane was a fucking hard one too.
No part of this conversation did I say I am perfect. I did not claim that.
I know you didn't.
I'm claiming the vast majority of time these patterns, and I own them. I'm right. You know it. You don't have to admit it, but you know what I'm saying is true. I'm able to see the pictures. Whether I'm mad or hurt, I do mean for better or for worse. I have honored my word to not leave. You ditched me last night, and I understand. I understand how shitty that got, and I understand my part in it. But it is a reaction to this fucking situation we've created. It's about to crack, and I'm trying.
I do make you unhappy, and I do let you down.
Only you know if you can change it or do better. I know you're not perfect. I've seen you be pretty damn close. I've seen you do better than this. I've seen you control yourself more. I've seen you react less. I've seen you be less. I've seen you have way more control over yourself. So fucking edgy, and you get so mad so fast, and you stay mad. I've seen this happen before, and I've also seen you better. I've seen you clearer. I've seen you better. I've seen you do better, and you don't let me down. And I subsequently will do better and let you down less. I hope. But I'm not changing how I do things. You're changing how you do things. This is dramatic change. And it's been a few months now, and I'm begging you, now is the time. If you choose to stop it, fucking great. I will be with you to change. But I can't set myself up to be the only one to keep promises and then wind up in another situation like Toronto, where you're booking the room or trying to get me on a flight, or I'm not saying any of the things, and I'm hearing all this shit, and I'm not defending myself, and I'm coming to you saying I love you, and I'm trying to protect you from yourself, and I get destroyed. I can't do it again. I won't ever survive through that again. And I don't want to. You made me unhappy.
I don't want to. I don't want you to.
When you leave me like that?
I don't want to be unhappy.
Instead of just, like... I can't leave the house.
You're saying to me that I would, for a long time, I was able to keep everything together, and when we fought,
Do you remember?
like, be cool. Yeah, exactly. And it was for a while, right?
Yeah. Yeah, it was.
So
and we could have arguments. It was like, okay, normal. Now
right,
we can't have we can't have an argument. No.
right. But there was one or two in Australia when I was calm-headed and all that shit. That I mean, what am I reacting to if I'm trying to keep a cool head? I'm reacting to you fucking jumping.
No, before a jump, just a normal argument. Maybe there's a difference. There is in middle ground.
There
Sometimes
is, but
you just go, that was rude, or you snap.
that
You say, baby,
you tend to
snap.
jump. You tend to jump.
Okay, all right. This is before the jump. This is like a normal. Fuck, man, that really fucking sucks. Like I matter too, or whatever it is.
Mm.
And it's not.
You think you don't matter with me?
It's not. That's the point. It's an example.
I'm sorry.
There are times when you can make for months now consistently.
No, I had no idea.
You have been. I did. I've told you a million times. I've actually told you probably about 5 times. I can't have a normal complaint. I can't have a normal complaint. I can't have any problems with you. Baby, I feel like I can't tell you anything's wrong. Baby, I feel like I can't be honest with you. Baby, you gotta relax a little. What the fuck? I gotta be able to tell you if something's wrong. How many times have you heard me say that? I have told you this. I've also mentioned how different it was in Australia and begged for whatever that... Is it clarity? Is it less Adderall? I don't know. Is it work? Is it, you know, like something's affecting you, and I am not judging you. I'm not. In fact, you have elucidated my opinion on medication. Do I not give you your meds every day? Do I not remind you to take them?
Of course.
Do I not? I know that you have to take medication. I am very aware of that.
Mm-hmm.
And you have actually changed my mind a bit as to how necessary they can be. I used to kind of think that they were not superfluous, but I don't know, just like
An escape.
Yeah, and now I don't think that, and that's because of you. You know, you changed my opinion about that. But I do know you, and you don't know moderation very well. You're allergic to moderation. So I balance you out, I think, a little bit. I try to keep you safe. I try to keep on you a little bit to remind you to take the good ones, you know? Do I not?
You do. You
listen, and do I ever give you a hard time?
You look at, no, about the meds? No. You spoil me. Look, you do all those wonderful things. You take my boots off.
I'm not taking my own horn.
No, I'm not. I'm not saying you're tooting your own horn. I'm saying there are a lot of beautiful and wonderful things that you do for me that I've never even dreamt, like, that someone would be so fucking caring as to, you know, hey, baby, it's time for your meds, and, you know, it's so beautiful that your wife is, you know, doing that. It's beautiful that, you know, the act of just simply taking my fucking boots off when I get home from work, that is monumental stuff to me. The you know, the care throughout the day. You know, here, drink this vitamin water. You know, I mean, there are beautiful, beautiful, beautiful things that I could go on and on about you, about us, about how you've made me feel, how you've changed my life, how you know, but I do not want to be, I don't want to be a fucking shithead in your eyes.
Thank you.
That's true, man. It's true. There are a lot of things. There are a lot of positives. There are a lot of positives. I'm not just saying it. I'm being honest. What?
I meant it, what I said earlier. If you were not, I favorite person, it'd be so easy to walk away. For you too, I'm sure. You know, if you, God, I mean, I think about all the times it wouldn't have been very easy to walk based on the bad, on the stress and the fight. But I can't, you're my favorite person. The most beautiful, dynamic, shiny, smart, sexy thing. I can't. It's something you fight for. But I'm trying. I just want to feel safe again. I want the stability. I mean, we meant marriage for life, right? We meant like better and worse and all that stuff, even though we didn't say those words.
Of course, and we did.
Better or worse, we didn't say. But, maybe...
Whitney said for better or for worse.
She did?
Yeah.
And then...
But it is for better or for worse for me. It is.
I feel...
I didn't leave last night
you're
because...
making me feel like it's like not... Like you're not there for work.
I left last night, honestly, I swear to you. Because I just couldn't take the idea of more physicality, more physical abuse on each other. Because had we continued, it would have gotten fucking bad. And baby, I told you this once, and I'm scared to death of it. We are a fucking crime scene waiting to happen if we don't get our shit together. And that, by getting our shit together, that might mean fucking A, we do this and we make it. That might mean, goddamn, you know, you say, I've tried and done, toodaloo. But we've got to get our shit together as individuals and as a couple. Because I love you, and I do not want to leave you. I do not want a divorce. I do not want you out of my life. I just want peace. And if I'm the culprit, majority of the time, I will fucking do everything I can. And I will recognize when I'm fucking starting to go sideways. I will recognize it. But please do the same. Please do the same. And it's okay to fight, like you said. It's okay.
You gotta... How do you remember that? I mean, how do you know that? Because sometimes you're so clear as to what is priority to you and what you care about, and then you seem to forget it when you get mad.
I could say the same thing about you, Angel.
Sure. But I'm asking you, like, what do you do to remind, like, how, if it was just up to self-control, maybe you would have...
That's why I think the list is important.
Yeah.
Two lists.
I want a list of what...
One, here are things that you do that can hurt me or fuck with me or makes me mad or this or that. And, you know, and we take it without freaking out. Just take it and own it and study it and fucking, and if we have a different opinion, let's talk it out a little bit. Let's talk it out a little bit. And I'll make a fucking list, you make a fucking list of all the things that you think you do that you'd like to change. The things that I do that I'd like to change. In fact, that's the first list we should write.
Yeah, I was going to say this. The first list that you mentioned, it just... Someone once said to me, as soon as you start listing what you don't like about the other, you know, the relationship's over. Well, they kind of said it as a aside. They were like, well, that's how you know.
Send me write me a letter, put it in an envelope every morning if you want. or on our little notebook.
What?
Saying,
What you do wrong?
no, please don't. Please love me today. Please don't hurt me today. Please don't get crazy today.
But then what happens if one of us gets hurt or mad? Because that's life. It will come up. If we don't do things differently, I want a list of things that we don't do. I can't keep throwing our relationship in the air every time we get mad because all bets are off every time the blood pressure goes up a certain amount.
Look, these don't have to be followed through with. These are just things that I suggest because I don't give a fuck some cock says if, well, as soon as you make a list, it's like, yeah, fuck that.
I don't know, I just need sense, but I'll do it.
I don't, look, it doesn't have to be gross. It just, you've just, I mean, I don't need a list. You just went through the majority. And I went through a lot of mine. And you don't have to make the other fucking list. I'll make the other list.
No, I'm not saying I don't want to make that list. I agree about that one. I just want to know what we're going to do differently and how to help check each other on what the other one needs so that it doesn't get to this point. I can't keep living like this.
Oh, I can't keep living like this either.
I've
got less time on the fucking planet than you. I'm not going to spend the rest of my life fucking fighting with and being a drag to someone that I fucking adore. I'm not gonna live my life like that, man. The rest of my fucking days, which fuck what I got. Who knows? Fucking month, fucking 2 weeks, goddamn 30 years. I don't fucking know, but life is short, precious. And I don't want to fuck up yours. I don't want you to fuck up mine. I'd like a bit more understanding from both of us.
That sounds very good, and I agree. But what about the...
In the moment.
What are we going to do different in the moment when you're mad and you go fuck it?
In the moment.
Decide all bets are off.
In the moment. Look what I did in Australia. Look what I accomplished. I put the fucker away. I told myself every fucking day, no, he's gone. No, he's gonna fucking put him away. I put him away. And by a list of the things that I feel that fuck you over or make you feel shitty or anything like that, when we're in the moment, I remember it. I remember what I put on my list. I remember it, and I try to bring it down notches, many notches. I'll try, if we're heightened, to say, please, I don't want you to feel this. I don't want to feel this. You witnessed it. You're the one that brought it up. Australia was fucking great. We just argued. Let's go back there. Let's go back there in our fucking heads and in our hearts. Let's go back there. And know on your list.
Is the monster gone? Did you put him away? It's been so, when you get on that train, you get angry, you stay on it for so long, and you won't come down, you won't talk to the person is you.
That's not always
It doesn't have to always be the monster, but what is it? Can you put that away? Can you remember the bigger picture? You don't want to spend your life. I've asked you this so many times in fights. You want to spend your time like this. No, you don't, but I ask you because this is something you're choosing. I'm saying to you, olive branch. And you don't take my olive branches. You made me feel humiliated for offering them. You asked me to stay in Australia. I stayed, and then you walk out on me all the time. You've got to take some olive branches from me. You've got to offer them too. You've got to be bigger than what you feel at that moment. And so do I. So do I. But if I call you on it, will you hear it?
Yeah.
Will you call me out on it if I'm doing it?
Oh, yes, I will. Yes, I will. And I'll do it in a fucking as peaceful a fucking and as calm a manner as I possibly can. I don't want to instigate any fights. I do not want to fight anymore.
Say we're having an argument and you get mad.
An argument's an argument.
Yes, but say we're having an argument and you get mad. It asks me, how do you talk to the you that's in front of me right now? What do I need to say? What do I need to do? We don't want to spend our life mad like that. Doesn't mean you have to like what I'm saying or doing or vice versa, but
Can't
can
you just say,
calm down?
baby, please don't get the monster. Please don't, let's not yell. Please don't, you know what I mean? And I'll do the same.
Promise.
I have done the same. What?
You promise.
Yeah, I mean, what? Yes. Why would I say it if I didn't?
Because sometimes you don't keep what you say, and I want this to be different.
So now my words are worse.
No, that's not the case. It's just that sometimes when you get mad, it's like you disconnect from the person that you are right now. And I'm wondering just how to, what's the communication, what's the phone number, for that.
And you, how do I calm you down when you go into a flurry?
Maybe say, remind me, remember what we talked about. Calm down, baby, please calm down.
Please look at the bigger picture.
Something that will remind me of this conversation, when I'm upset and I'm feeling like it's pointless,
Don't ever lie.
I don't ever lie. I know you and I see things differently sometimes, but I'm not lying. For someone who, I know that's your deepest fear and that's why it comes up in fights and stuff, but you got a trust issue in general in life.
Oh, yeah.
I never fucked you over, and I'm not going to. And anybody who knows me, if they had to list 2 or 3 things about me, adjectives about me, one of those 3 would be super honest, straightforward, honest. Everyone else in my life, I know you have trust issues, but you can't let it cloud you knowing me. Please. It comes up a lot. I know you have an issue with it. It's not me. You can trust me. If anything...
Say that to me. Say that to me at the time.
What? Say what?
What you just said. Say that stuff to me at the time. If I'm starting to fucking flip, you're off doing a movie, or I'm off doing a movie, or whatever.
I feel like I do, but I guess I should say it differently. I'll find another way. I'll pay attention to how I say it.
It depends, yeah. We must. There can be no physical violence towards each other.
I agree about the physical violence, but separating for a day or night and taking a night off from our marriage, it just means it opens up.
Listen, I'm just giving examples. It could be fucking 3 minutes. It could be fucking 2 weeks. I'm just saying.
But we need to agree on certain boundaries so we have boundaries again. We need to make agreements and hold each other accountable to them and ourselves accountable to them, which is why I'm even bringing this up.
I'm not...
You know what I mean?
I'm not saying anything negative.
I know.
All I'm saying is we need to take whatever time we need, you need, or I need, to kind of let things settle for a minute. So that we don't fucking kill each other, or fucking worse, fucking, like, really kill each other, or fucking break up, or whatever.
Just don't. I think that...
Help me, I'll help you.
This is the thing that makes me feel unsafe and unstable. To be honest, this is what makes me not trust.
What's that?
It's that there's like...
walking away, going to our corner.
No loophole. It's like, oh, okay, well, take the time you need, take the time I need. Okay, fine. Every time I get mad at you, I can go split. Except for, oh wait, I don't have my own place to go split to.
No, Amber, stop.
You know, it makes me think I should. It makes me, you know, I don't have a place I can go. I don't have I'd have to go to a hotel, you know, and I don't have the funds to do that. I mean, it's...
That's not what I'm talking about.
Look, I think we should control ourselves and not get physical. And if it gets physical, and we've dropped that wall, then we're gonna drop the other ones. And it's gonna be like, you're gonna fucking split, or I'm gonna fucking split, and this isn't gonna come back.
You may be right, but you can't predict the future once again. Here's what I'm saying. If the fight escalates to the point of where it's just insulting for both of us, or if it gets to that physical fucking shit, the violence, that's when we just say, look, let's go to our corners, man. You hang wherever you want, baby. I'm going in the office, and I'm just gonna fucking sit there and try and de-jellify my fucking brain. I'm not talking about me running out of the fucking house. I'm not talking about me, you know, splitting because I'm fucking cunt and a coward and or whatever. I'm talking about go to our corners. I'll go to my little office. You can have the house. You just take the house and wander wherever you want. I won't fucking come bother you. You know, and if at a point you're feeling like better after 10 minutes, come knock on the door.
I always do that.
And please let me finish.
Sorry.
And if in 10 minutes I'm feeling like, all right, I got the solution for this, or I know how we can, you know, please, I'll come knock on your fucking door, or I'll come find you.
Will you try?
What?
Will you try to not make it
I've just told you.
an all-night thing? I wasn't done. Will you try and not make it a lifestyle? I mean, will you try and remind yourself that they can just be fights? Will you try and
absolutely
respect that it doesnn't have to be an all-night thing?
Absolutely.
I don't want to go to bed mad, and we were doing really good with each other. We were doing it for a long time.
I don't want. I know, but we weren't insulting one another to the point of like, wow, you know, like the way I insulted you in Toronto, or the way you insulted me on the plane, or where, you know, whatever. Let's not get to that point. That's nothing. That's bullshit. That's kindergarten shit. We don't fucking need to do that. What we could do is just try to be fucking calm and say, look, this is getting somewhere I don't like. Please, let's take an hour max. I'll go in and fucking write and try and figure it out, get it out, whatever. I'm just making suggestions to try and fucking save us, you know?
We're gonna honor our promises. I cannot, nor can you. You don't deserve to be in a relationship that is walked away from all the time. You can't. I would never want you to do that. I never want you to be in that. You deserve better. So do I. I cannot be constantly, anytime I'm upset or mad or hurt, or anything I fuck up. God, if I yell, if I fuck up ever, ditched. That's not marriage. You know, most people don't have 2-3 houses they can go to. It's always, I'm in your house. And you always split.
Listen, you can't be saying that if that's what you feel, you feel that from you, because you didn't get that from me. I never fucking said, this is my house and my house only.
Kind of. But
No.
I know yesterday
No, that's our fucking house. It's our fucking...
Always remind me that
I got Rocky and Josh living there. I got Whitney living there. Don't...
But you would say it in fights. You use it in fights. And I'm sorry, but I feel like... Look, forget it. I just
don't think that you
I just
know...
want the security and the commitment for me that we have destroyed, both of us. And I don't know if that matters to you. But personally, like, if you need that.
It absolutely matters to me.
But I do. And I promise you, I'm not going to throw around divorce. I will not say divorce unless I really mean it. Unless it's it. And then I hope you leave me. I'm not going to. And me too. I will leave you. It's fair. I can't do it, you know? And I think, honestly, if we hold each other accountable to that, it's fair.
That's what I said earlier. Look, if we get to that point where it's like, this is...
It's a line we don't cross.
Too fucking much. Let's, you know, we fucking... Man, shake hands and walk away, you know?
But you don't do it until you mean it. That's my point.
Trust me, if I'm not gonna do it unless I mean it.
Promise.
If I say it, I will be leaving. Or if you say it, I'll get the fuck out or whatever, you know.
Promise.
Yeah, I
that
promise.
ring does not come off.
Unless I say the word or unless you say the word. Well, or you just take the ring off, because that's the same thing. That'll be the same thing.
That's what I'm saying. You know, I don't think our marriage should be something used at all. In fact, if you want a fucking divorce, you're gonna tell me, not in a fight. Let's be honest. You know, that's a decision, a lifelong decision that even you and me as hotheads know you can't make forever decisions when you're mad like that. It certainly feels like you can, but you and I both, even though we're hotheads, we do know the difference. However, I don't think it's something we should ever say to each other in a fight, ever. And if you promise me, and I promise you, and we need that. We need to hold each other accountable again. I want to feel safe. I have nothing to cling on to. I don't want my marriage.
Sorry?
I don't want to be in my marriage, you know. I want to commit to you forever. Good, bad, better, worse. I don't want it to be as transient as whatever fight we're fighting for. If I ran from you the way I used to before the marriage, we would not be together. When I used to run away when you would, when I felt like it was justified, how many times we almost break up? How terrible was that? How terrible was it for you? We would not be together if I did that. And you take it for granted that I show up and that I fight for us and that I am the one to come over. I'm the one that comes out into the hall. I am the one. I have a hothead just like you, but what a luxury you have. If you take that for granted, what a luxury. I'd do anything to have that feeling. If at least in the back of my mind, I know that you showed up, that you fought for me, that you cared enough to...
Here's what you're missing in that little, paragraph. What you're missing is, you're the one who comes and gets me. You're the one who comes and says you're sorry. That you're the one that comes and tries to calm me down. You're the one. But why am I riled up?
We're both riled up.
No,
it's not like every time I've done something to you in a vacuum, baby. That's what you don't get. I don't doubt you're riled up, but I'm riled up too. And I said this to you on the couch. I've said this to you before. We both have. It's subjective. You have your reasons. I have my reasons For every action, there is something that caused it. And I have the same thing.
But
I'm mad in the same way.
But what caused it? What caused it could be so irrational and so far-fetched and so minute.
That's what I say to you every time that you want to have a big fight. Every time I go, this could be something small. Why wasn't this just an argument? Baby, why wasn't this just an argument? Yes, so you're right. Sometimes it could be very small. Sometimes it's not. Either way, it doesn't negate what I'm saying to you. What a gift. Like, I would do anything to trade places with you. You talk about insecurity.
I don't know how
in a
you can say I'm
relationship
taking
and
it for
trust,
granted.
but
That's
you
a
talk about
fucking
trust,
insult,
You
man.
talk about trust and, like, you feel the same way. You don't feel this. You couldn't. Because the difference is, you at least have the knowledge in the back of your head that you can fall back on, that I showed up, that I fought for you, that I checked on you, that I came to get you, that I said I love you, that I saved the marriage. If it were up to you and I treated you the way you treated me, we would not be together. Let's face it, it's because I fucking fight for this. It's because I come over. And last time I didn't, which is what I should always do, and I am learning my fucking lesson, it's just when you walk, fucking let you walk. And that time, I can't tell you how done I was. It was like this time in Toronto. I was looking for apartments. I was preparing to tell my folks, my parents. I was done. And you called me and you were like, well, I'm about to go out of town or whatever, and ended up like that, whatever. I told you I wasn't ready to see you because it had gotten so much worse that I was basically calling. I was like, I just need to change my life, and my life is different. I am no longer with this person, and I'm now single. I need to, get my shit together, find an apartment, do all this stuff. It got so much worse, and honestly, if that happens one more time, we will break up. I know it. I know we won't survive it. That was so severe. The damage was so severe. When you spent a week here, you said, I'm going to go away for a day. You wrote me a note, I left it on the kitchen counter, and he said, I just need to clear my head for a night, maybe 2. I didn't hear from you for 6. No, this is here. You came here, I stayed downtown. You were gone for 6, 7 days. And then I didn't even let you spend the night in the house. Remember, you came over, we talked. I wasn't even ready. No one, you know how long it took me to take down those walls that I built up? It took forever to build those. It took me so long to trust you, even a little bit again. I resented you so much. The damage was very deep. And I know that if I let that happen again, in my heart, I know we wouldn't survive it. So, you walk out, and I have one option. That's why I come to you. If I let it go, like I did last time, which is what I should do, because if you're willing to walk out, you should be walking out. But I let it go, and it was a fucking week. And it took... I'll never get some of that back. I'll never have that trust quite the same way. You left me a note saying I'm going to be gone for a night. We didn't speak for a week. I didn't even hear from you. You didn't check on me, nothing.
So you thought we were broke up?
Oh, yeah. I was preparing to have that conversation with you and be done.
Oh, so you just said you were single.
No, I was preparing myself to think that way. Take care of my own life. Get my own, apartment. That's that.
Well, I hope it doesn't get to that.
No, of course, but I'm just saying, when I didn't fight for it, when I let it go, it's devastating. Devastating in my heart, my soul, on the trust. Oh, they can't do it again. You probably wouldn't want me to do it again. At least you have in the back of your mind that I come, and I show up, I fight, I come. I don't have that.
I don't take that for granted, by the way. I don't always know that you'll come. I don't always know that you'll be knocking. I don't always know that you want to talk. I love you, Amber, and I will do my best to make you happy. For you to gain trust, respect, whatever you feel you've lost for me. And
I hope you can't.
huh?
I hope you can't.
And I hope you can make the changes that fuck with me. And if we want to do it, we'll do it. Ultimately, if we don't want to do it, we know the result. Because we're definitely at the end of any of that shit. All the anger at each other. We're definitely at the end of that kind of shit. There's no more. No more.
Can we let it go? Can you let go of some of these fights?
Yeah, I can let the fights go.
I just feel like we hold on to everything and we just fight about the same. You know?
But
like my mom said, either of us are forgiving each other.
Well, I don't think we can forgive each other this quickly. I think
I'm not saying that.
with time, it'll lessen. But everything that I said, you know, is not, you're not going to be able to unhear it. And the same with me. You're going to be able to unhear it. And they are horribly thought-provoking. But you just gotta write it off, you know, and get past it. If I didn't want to be with you, I wouldn't be with you. If you didn't want to be with me, you wouldn't be with me. And that's really what it boils down to. So if we want to be together, let's do our best to fix what's broken within the machine, within our the machine that is us.
That's why I came. That's why I came. I'm still married to him.
I hated it. I hated having to leave. I hated fucking getting here. I couldn't fall asleep. Fucking ambient and a half finally. And, you know, woke up like 3 hours fucking later. You know, feeling like, why? Fucking why?
Hope this is important enough for you to fight for.
It is important enough for me to fight for. But why do you say that?
Then I can't do it alone. I woke up first thing and called you. Called you last night. I just feel so foolish, you know. And I understand part of it, but I also see like you know I love you. I know I've got my fuck-ups and my issues. At least you know I love you. You know I love you more. Than me. You know. At least you know that. You do know that.
Like what? Like what?
That I love you more than me. That I love you
Other than yourself?
Yeah. You don't debase yourself and embarrass yourself like that for you. It's because you're worried about protecting yourself.
I don't think you debased yourself in any way. I think it's very brave. It's a very
Your feet are swollen.
admirable. What?
Your ankles are swollen.
Mm-hmm.
You took your morning nuts.
You getting swells?
What?
You swelling?
Not swelling?
No, it's fucking...
Oh, you must just be where the
It's
sock.
like a muscle or I love you. Don't wanna do anything bad to you. I don't wanna harm you. I don't wanna hurt you. I don't. So like I said, I'll do every fucking thing I can. It's gotta be reciprocal.
Yes. I agree.
And what you did by calling me last night, you fell asleep on the phone. You did realize that.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I had to ambient myself. Again.
It's alright. I said a sweet goodnight to you while you were sleeping.
Did you tell I was sleeping?
I thought you were sleeping once before. I think you might have fallen asleep once before. And then woke up and continued talking. And then I was saying something, talking, and then suddenly there was just no more. It's gone.
I really don't want to sleep without you. Again, we can't. There's a better way.
Let's find it. Don't slug me.
Please don't. I'm sorry I did.
It's okay, just...
But sometimes that fucking thing happens. You do it too sometimes, where you just...
I know.
But it can't be like the end of... Our marriage is bigger than that, obviously.
We don't need to ever get to that point.
I agree. I agree, but...
I hope we don't. I hope we don't. I love you. I want you to be my wife. And I want to be your husband. I want to be a good husband. And if I haven't been, I'll do everything I can to find out how to be a good husband.
You're a great husband. You really are. It's just hard if anything comes up, if someone bumps your shoulder on a crowded sidewalk. We're wearing white again, not black, so it makes a difference. It's a big deal if there's a bump. And it's hard. I love you, and I know we can be so good.
Amazing.
And I'm here, trying to move forward, forgive each other.
Listen,
We have to
I
forgive
know we had
each
our
other.
fights today to try to settle whatever the fuck, all this scrambled, crazy shit that one thing reminds you of another, and you find yourself going back into some other fight, and it's all scrambled, it's all fucking jumbled, it's like white noise all moving around, a little thing. I'm glad that we got to a point where we were shitty with each other. I'm glad we got to a point where we didn't fucking know how this was gonna end. I'm telling you, by coming here today, it is fucking courageous, and it's fucking admirable. For you to come here and talk to me and try and work things out. And to tell me these problems, things that I do to fuck with you, I want to change it. I want you to change it. I want us to change it together.
Thank you for sitting through and actually having a conversation with me. I did not expect that. But I'm really proud of you for not running away, walking away, or what. I'm proud of you for that.
Thank you.
It means that we can actually hash out these things.
Yeah.
Some things have to be said, and maybe left.
Huh?
And maybe left.
Left behind.
You know, we'll never forget a lot of things, but we can forgive. We really do need to. We need to we really need to. My mom's right. There's absolutely, it's just adding weight. We're just carrying around those stones. And Mom is right. I know she is.
She is right. She's right on the fucking money. She's on it. We can make it if we want to. We can get through this shit if we want to. And if you're unsure right now, then
You know I'm not. I love you. I love you. I needed the security thing. I needed to have something to hold on to. Or else why?
tell me shit. Just tell me. Before it becomes something you've held inside for so long that it wants to just explode. Just tell me. And I'll tell you the same. And then, once we can fucking get the shit out without it being some huge drama, or even if it is a huge drama, once we can get the shit out, recognize it, and like you said, fucking it's gone. Chuck it. Doesn't work. That method does not work. Bam, it's gone. Next. I'd fucking die if I start. And it kills me that possibility that you would think that I take so much for granted, or that I'm untrustworthy, or a bad husband, or
I didn't say you were untrustworthy.
no, I'm just saying it's.
And I said what I needed to say. I'm not gonna. You know I won't.
I know, baby. I'm not asking you to elaborate on anything I'm saying. All I'm saying is I would fucking die if I knew that was how you thought of me. And now I know what I know. do my best to get it together so that I don't fuck with you and you don't fuck with me. And we're a couple again, and we're friends again. So I don't fight with you. Love. Maybe when that fucking hocus pocus happens and we get all fucking edgy with each other, instead of standing squaring off like a couple of fighters, maybe let's try to sit down. Seriously, like, sit down. Even if we say, hey, listen, we're fighting like bastards, let's sit down and have a glass of wine and talk through this. I know you got it in you. I know you got it in you. And I know that I have it in me. It's just a question of realizing and admitting what, and I'll realize and I admit. Say the words.
I love you.
I love you. I love you. Forgive me, or let me earn your forgiveness. I forgive you.
Do you?
I forgive you.
I'm really sorry. I am.
Thank you. But I'm goes down to those last two words, that's all. Or three words. Let me get my shit together, okay?